Hey folks, welcome back to the Play School. It's me, Phil, with another piano tutorial. So today we're dealing with Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding. This is a great track, very minimal on the chords front actually. So today I'm going to talk about rhythm a little more than I would normally do. So print out your chord sheet from below, let's get cracking. So this song is in the key of G major. That's all the white notes except for F, which is sharp. And as I always say, we've got one chord, we've got an F chord later on, but apart from that, all of your chords are going to come from this G palette. Speaking of which, let's start with our intro. So, our G chord, G, skip A, play B, skip C, play D. That gives us the first, third, fifth of the G major scale, and that is our basic G major triad. For Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, we're going to start with it in first inversion, and what this means is we take the bottom note and put it on the top. So G here becomes G here. There we go. Now there's this kind of guitar thing playing the chords, a guitar playing the chords at the beginning here, and when you play a G chord on the guitar, that is the top note. So that's usually where we try and voice our guitar imitations on the piano. Now, I'm going to talk about rhythm a little more than I ordinarily do in this piece, and that's because I think it's key to making it sound good, right? Now, we're also going to talk a bit about a 1 to 5 bass line, and we're definitely going to need it for the beginning. Now, what is the 1 to 5 bass line? So we've just talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And those are the notes of your chord, and actually, to create a more interesting bass line that doesn't just go on the root note, the note after which the chord is named, we can use, without really changing the harmony, we can use this and we can use the same notes in the bass line. Right? It kind of sounds different but the same. Right? And one of the most common iterations of that is the 1 to 5. Think this. Right, that's 1 to 5, and it is everywhere, including at the beginning of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. So first of all, let's start with this. That gives you, and play down there, and that's a very recognisable hook, a bass hook from the beginning of the piece. Now, what are we going to do with our right hand? I think static chords is a bit too, well, static. So let's go. Yeah, I think that works. So we're going to separate this rhythm. We're going to do a bit of music counting. It's not reading music, it's just counting to 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Right, and this is all in the delivery. Let's take this down here again. We want the first one of your right hand to be kind of spiky. And the other two softer, and that should give you roughly your intro. Now, we'll talk about that 5-1 in a verse in the extra jazz at the end, because we've got like the life and soul of this piece, which is this. First off, okay, so let's just stick that with our chords. Let's do chords first. G in the same place that we've been playing it before. Now our second chord, oh, you know what, I lied at the beginning. We're deviating from the G scale here as well. That's why it sounds kind of brighter. This is a B major chord. Now, B minor exists naturally in the key of G. B, skip C, play D. Skip E, play F sharp. And another handy trick that we can know to change a minor into a major, or vice versa, is it's all about this middle note, right? So we're just going to take that up. to a D sharp, which gives us B major. So our change, we're keeping our thumb on the B, and just bringing our left hand fingers, like they're there, and they're both coming in by a half step. Up from there, we're going to a C. It's directly adjacent, and we're just going to step up. So that's from B, D sharp, F sharp, to C, E, G. And our last chord of the verse is an A major. I don't know what I was talking about when I said we weren't going to deviate from the G scale. Ignore earlier me. And there's your A chord. So we're on C. Again, A minor exists naturally, and that would be a lovely change. We just stretch our pinky to the A. Yeah. And now to make that A minor, A, C, E, into major, that middle one comes up again. It's kind of like maybe one of the biggest hooks in this piece is that surprise major lift in the both your first change. I'll be sitting when the evening comes. Let's try that again. Watching the ships roll in, then I watch them roll away again. And those are your basic chords. So let's talk about this rhythm. I'm not going to talk about this in terms of beats. I think I want you just to listen and copy and know what the notes are. Right, so we're going to go. Now, there's a word which we use in music which is chromatic, which means we're playing every available note. And we like chromatic stuff because it's easy to remember. Now, this isn't quite chromatic because we actually miss out your G sharp here. Yeah, that's your first change. For our second change, this is chromatic. C, B, B flat, A. Ships roll in, then I watch them roll away. Okay, so that gives you a bass line. And our right hand, again, we need a rhythm for this. And we're going to go. Okay, so watch carefully. So I was tying that little tricky bit into the bass riff here. It's like as we start to move. Slightly before the downbeat, before beat 1. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. That's where it's supposed to be, okay? So if you think, why aren't I on 1? It's because you're not, right? And then same with your C down to A change. We're just going to keep pumping those in the interim before we start adding the 1/5 later on. So let's take that all the way through. Sittin', sittin' in the morning sun. I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in. Okay, so our chorus is actually easier than that at this point. Again, we're going to do the 5s later on. So for now, we're just going to concentrate on... We're back to G, right? Now those two chords are G, just as we did before. And then we've got another kind of major lift, which is instead of playing E minor, which again is native to G, would have just been, we're going to take our middle note of that E minor chord and make it sharp and make it into an E major chord. That wasn't a very good change, was it? go. Yeah, and now the right hand is changing. When we get down to the E, we're changing that chord just slightly before the 1. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're not pushing when we go back. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. And third change. Same pattern, but instead of going from G to E, we're going to go up to the A, which again is just a step up to the A major with your thumb on the C sharp. And then to finish it off, we'll do that change again. So let me take you through the chords real quick. Watching the tide roll away. Just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. And now with rhythm, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time, roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. There's your chorus. So that's that really. That's the verses and the choruses, and now we're just left with this little bridge interlude, which is so short, and it's just got there are 1, 5, and 4 chords in the key of G, and that is going to be a G chord, which I'm going to take up here. So you know how we inverted G, B, D up to B, D, G. Well, now we're going to invert it again, take the B, put it on top, D, G, B. Don't sing those, right? And the reason we're doing this is because well, first of all, because I feel like, yeah, we're going to add that bit in the extra jazz, and I want you to be able to just get back up to it. So we're going to start here. So we've gone there, B, E, G sharp. I just want to switch your whole hand up to G, G, and then D, root position. It's a contract move, right? The thumb is already on the D. I'm going to bring it into an evenly spaced D, E, F sharp, G, A chord, and then down to C. And that is just, again, a step down. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Do that again. Everything still remains the same. I can do what 10 people. And now another G. We're going to take that as like continue that cascading down, G, D, C, and now we just did a expand away from the thumb. Now we're going to expand away from the pinky. So I can do what 10 people tell me to do. Excuse me. And our last 2 chords, F major. Again, just a step down. So I guess I will. There's another major lift. That is taking a chord that exists kind of, we're playing the F chord, so we're thinking, oh, it's going to be D minor, but it's not, it's D major. The F goes up to the F sharp, which takes us really beautifully back to there, right? So those last 2 chords again were F to D major. So you've already got the A, and then so your middle finger, you probably change to your middle finger for the D, and then 4th finger for that F sharp, because it's a bit far for the pinky. So let's take that bridge all the way through. We've gone. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting. Right, Right, so structurally, very simple. Intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and then to get out of it, we're going to do one more verse, one more chorus, and then we've got this lovely outro. I'm not going to whistle. You know what's coming. So we've got... Now, actually, let's bring in... I was going to do an extra jazz, but let's do it here. We need add 1 to 5 bass line to really make it work. And these chords are so simple. We've got G, and then E, B, E, G there, just the same as we did in the chorus. Right? And we're going to go... to not fade. That's it. Okay, so two bits of extra jazz. One of them is massive. First one in the bridge, right? I alluded to this earlier on. This is why I want you to play this here. It looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. This bridge is so sparse. I was going to say boring. It's not boring, but it's so uninteresting to play on the piano that I feel like if we add in just this little run up, then it just makes it really like people are, okay, this is cool. This sounds like Otis Redding, right? So it goes like this: G, D, nothing's gonna change. Now you can think about these notes, right? They're on E and G. They're going to step up to F and A, and then they're going to go up to F sharp and A sharp, or E flat, and then they're going to move up to their home where they're aiming for. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can do what to do. Right? Just adds that little bit of fun there in the bridge. Now the second bit is about these 1 to 5s. We've talked about them in here. Now we can do them all over the shop, right? Let's start with a verse. There's that 5, right? Now, when you are finding this 5, you'll notice that here we're going up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the G scale, right? But once we've found what the 5 is, in this case it's D, when we're playing it, we wouldn't do it here because this is what it sounds like, but like the G, the 5 can also go down to the other D, right? Because it's the same note. Like I say, we wouldn't do that at the beginning because it's very famously. But when we get to the B, sharp. It would be here, F sharp, and your right hand you can see it, B, D sharp, A sharp. But actually this is getting a little high for our bass notes, so just instead of, I'm just going to go down to that F sharp. With your A chord, whenever there's a bit of time, kind of think about it like this. If you feel like, oh, I'm spending quite a long time on this, maybe think about using the 5. That's basically how I use it, right? And so, of course, for A, C sharp, E, that would be your 1 to 5, and we're just going to put it down there, right? Verse, and then in your chorus, sitting, watching the time. We're just using G, D, D, E, B. We're using these all going down, and then then when you get to your A, again, it's just stepping up. A to E, G to D, and for your E, of course, your E chord to your 5 is B. Right, we covered the outro, so once you're comfortable with the chords, try throwing those 1 to 5 basses in. Maybe it's really important, if you don't throw the 1 to 5 bass lines in, it's not the end of the world. What is really key to all of this is that we always stay in time. So yeah, good luck, have fun with that, and I will see you in the next video.